to start. So,
Hello,
yes.
I'm Gabriel. He's Paul.
Yeah, so this is Gabriel. He is taking over from Philippe as our technical advisor. Well, not technical, like he knows the the way the meta game works. So he will be advising us me on anything that I miss with regards to like the strategy and how the meta game kind of interacts,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. Same as what Philippe was doing just now. Anywho, we- anywho, anywho, we are moving to the second game, and we have a few minutes to see the deck lists. We have Boros Convoke.
Versus Yorion Control. Azorious Yorion.
Yes,
Yeah.
Azorious Yorion. So Azorious Yorion is just the deck, right? It's just control,
Yep.
right? It's just
With
a
Yorion, then yeah,
yeah,
standard.
standard, right? Supreme Verdict, Teferi, Wandering Emperor, all that good stuff. Omen of the Sea. Yeah, Omen of the Sea, temporary lockdown. So really, the game plan to control the game by using a variety of counter spells such as No More Lies, 1-for-1 removal with Get Lost, and then really following that up with Supreme Verdicts and Farewells to just stabilize the board, and eventually landing your Teferi and your Wandering Emperor, Shark Typhoons to just close out the game. Shark Typhoon doubles as a way that you can cycle through your deck, find the pieces that you need, and yeah, right, make big threats at the end of the game.
Yep. With a Hall of Storm Giant at the end.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the deck review time, I think, has ended, and so the players will be getting into it. So the one playing the Azorius Yoron deck is Gutierrez, who is here. Gutierrez, which is who is seated on the right now, and his opponent Andre Mendoza is on the left and is playing a Boros Convoke deck, which has I think it has a sub theme of either humans or soldiers, right?
It's basically a aggro with some combo elements to it with the convokes, and basically you get an entire board full of creatures.
Yeah.
And basically
So very reminiscent of
Yeah.
it's a white weenie kind of archetype, right? I think that's
not really white mini. There's also some red creatures as well. So basically convoke and get a lot of creatures. Basically a board wipe would really destroy
really
this
sets
deck.
it really
And
sets it
yeah,
back, and it's kind of just working on creature density to kind of get through that, I guess. Okay. Anywho, the timer has started, and so the players are starting their game. So it's a companion's game, right? We have Giganta versus Yorion. Yes. The companions seem to be a staple of Pioneer at this point, I think, right? Many decks play companions.
In the case of Azorius Yorion, I think the Yorion, right, is more of a very good card to have, but the Giganta is like a good option if like you run out like resources, or maybe if you have a turn that's empty, you can go and bring the Giganta. So in this sense, I think Yorion will be far stronger than Giganta. So
It's kind of built into the whole deck's design, whereas I think the
one Yorion coming down, bringing all the permanents or the
permanents back,
enchantments,
yeah, the omens and
flickering,
everything like
coming
that.
back.
Yeah, yeah,
And
it's a big
the basic-
explosive play.
There are basically new options, new lines, and new things can be exile or time lockdown. So basically, I think Yorion is a better companion in this situation.
I think like the Boros deck kind of plays Giganta because it can. Right?
It
It's more
can.
like yeah, you know,
Yeah.
everything has only one pip. Sure, like I'll play it.
A personal like opinion of mine. When I pay 3 mana and get Giganta to hand, I think if I were the opponent on the other side and my
Yeah,
opponent would
you
do
know
that,
you're
I'll
in
be,
a you'll be happy.
yeah,
Right?
I'll be happy.
Okay, I think Mendoza got the better end of the high roll. All right, so players are presenting the 7. They're keeping
Oh.
that. I'm not sure if they're
Saw a
keeping.
temp lockdown there, I think. Oh wait, no. Oh wait,
Yes,
yes.
yes. It's a
Yeah,
temp
it's a temp
lockdown. There's an
lockdown.
omen and a veto. That looks like a nice hand, providing that he has lands to go with it. And I think he does. 36 lands.
Boros
36
Convoke
is
has-
about. 36 is a nice number of lands to have in a control deck. Even one that's running Yorion.
Oh, actually 36 is quite. Oh yeah, Yorion.
Yorion, yeah.
So 21 lands for the Boros Convoke. I just saw the elephant and minor,
Loxodon,
yeah, the Loxodon and
venerated Loxodon. Yeah,
yeah,
that
that's a
card saw some
mouth.
play back in
That's
when it was legal in Standard. I remember it was quite a big deal. Okay, so looks like Gutierrez is not happy with his hand. It looks like he's taking a maul. So I guess I was right. He didn't have more than one land in that hand. So gonna wait. Mendoza looks happy. He's just chilling there. He's happy. He's gonna keep, right? I think that there's a lot of redundancy
yeah.
at the one mana slot, right? He's got 4 Thraben Inspectors and 4 Voldarian Epicures and 4 Warden of the Sky. So, action is quite easy to come by on the early turns.
Lethal Damnation. Very funny card
Mm.
to be.
Gleeful Demolition. Why have one creature when you can have but 3?
Yeah, usually the 3 is for convoking and everything comes
Mm,
out.
mm, mm.
So
It's like the combo part that you were talking about just now,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
the basically Voldarian. Wait, I remember one of the creatures will create a treasure or artifact. And
Yes.
basically you
Epicure
will
burns for 1, pings for 1, and
and
makes a blood token.
create
That's
a blood
right.
token.
Yeah.
And your Lethal Damnation, which will allow you to get 3 additional creatures.
So
4
that's
creatures,
4 creatures that you can use for your convoke.
and you can bring down one of the bigger creatures.
Essentially, the convoke creatures kind of act as mini lands, right? Because everything has convoke. Yeah. Okay. So will Gutierrez keep this new hand?
Cavern of Souls.
Cavern of
That
Souls.
is
What will
pretty
he
good
name?
against this.
Yeah. What will he name? Is there a typical creature type that they name here? Is it humans or soldiers or something?
Most likely it'll be humans.
Humans.
But there are vampires in this deck as well. And there is an elephant. So it will be, I think most likely a humans. Because that's what kickstarts the
Okay.
combo.
We have Inspector, Novice Inspector.
That's,
It's actually not Thraben Inspector. It's Novice Inspector.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he runs both. Okay, why have one version of it and you can have 2? Okay, gets in for 1 damage right off the bat. Action. And has that clue token, which he can use to either sack to a Gleeful Demolition, I
Or
believe,
filter.
or use it to draw a card, right?
So let's see what Mendoza do next, man.
Mendoza has done nothing, so on his 2 mana, he has a Den of the Bugbear and a Cavern, so it looks like going to be... Oh, flashes in a Resolute Reinforcements. So gonna get a dude to go with the other soldier. So untaps 3 creatures out now. Really, like that presence is really coming up, but they are all titchy creatures.
Yep.
Yep.
But 3 of them will convoke and a big guy will come down.
Yes. So,
So-
on essentially we have a potential for a 5/5/5 mana value convoke spell right now, right? Which
Yep.
I think Venerated Loxodon is kind of in that category, isn't it?
Everything will come down with extra 1/1
If
counters.
yeah, it'll give an extra 1/1 counter to everything that convoked it.
But the
Right.
thing is, you better get some damage because I think in 2 turns there will. Okay,
The,
in 1 more turn there will be a temporary lockdown opportunity,
yeah.
and turn 4 there would be bot white opportunities as well. If he
So,
has it.
ooh, this is a dangerous. This is kind of playing into a really brutal temporary lockdown if
Yeah.
it does happen.
I see a Wandering Emperor and no more lies in Gutierrez.
No more lies. Okay,
Okay.
so the no more lies does imply, I believe, that that Gutierrez does not have the temporary lockdown, right? Or else why bother? Why bother?
I'm actually surprised that he didn't use Cavern of Souls.
Cavern of Souls. Oh, it's opportunistic, I think. Opportunistic. If it isn't a very big cost. Yeah. And you don't have to play Cavern of Souls as your first spell either, right? Like you could hold your Loxodon in hand, for instance, need an Elephant or something when you actually want to play it into open mana. Right? There's like finesse in the way you play with Cavern of Souls. There is some finesse in the way you play Cavern of Souls. Okay, so we have Epicure coming down. We have a second ping. The life total is correct. Okay, getting in for 3 damage here. 4 damage, right? Right, Epicure is just there at the beginning.
Oh,
and we have
that's why
no, it's not. It's Convoke for a Knight Errant.
That's why he wanted to save the Cavern of Souls. That would be
Yep.
so.
Resolute Reinforcements, Thraben Inspector.
It's a very big board he has right now. I think that maybe a 2-turn or 3-turn clock with this board if everything goes through.
Yeah, and he has used big pump spells as well, right? Because he has the Immodane's Recruiter. Yeah, so he has options to do really busted stuff. If he plays the Immodane's Recruiter naked, it's just a massive amount of damage if he
Yes.
gets it to resolve. And I think if human was the creature type that was named with Cavern of Souls, there's no way of Gutierrez stopping that trigger from really happening. Oh, but here we see temporary lockdown gonna really prevent that from happening. What I just mentioned, it's just not gonna happen.
But at least he has
He
that
has
big
a Night
guy.
Errant. Night Errant is big, is going to be able to continue pressuring through. So temporary lockdown, really nice play here, and sort of evening out that board state. Still, Gutierrez is tapped out, and Mendoza has free reign to do what he will with it. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the clue token should also have gone under. Yes, so Gutierrez is pointing that out, that the clue token is also gone.
And I think he cannot activate response already because he already lumped,
Yeah, he already
temporary
lumped
lockdown to
everything.
come down.
Yep.
So I do see from Mendoza's sideboard that he has get lost in this. So actually temporary lockdown maybe count.
Later, maybe.
Yeah,
might,
in the game too,
it
may be able
might
to
go
be
in.
destroyed. Yeah,
Yeah.
it probably may go in. Maybe.
Still, I mean, but a lot of what they play are tokens. Like your Gleeful Demolition is particularly bad against Temporary Lockdown is particularly bad for Gleeful Demolition openings, right? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Mendoza just doing the thing, right? Is just getting in. I got my big creature. I'd be smacking face. I'd be having a good time. Okay, so untapping. Ian starts his turn. Okay, plays his Field of Ruin. Says go. Okay, still playing nice control game, nice comfortable control game. And we have Resolute Reinforcements being played off the white mana from Cavern of Souls. Right,
One more
flashing that
soldier.
in. And so, yep, we now have a 3 creature board here. And 6 damage is represented, essentially. Yeah. Okay. So Ian is, Mendoza is considering his options. He has his Thraben Inspector, but he has seen a temporary lockdown. I think he's considering how far he wants to go with his creature because he has a nice board state right now. It's how, I think it's how fast his clock is, right? How many turns do you think Mendoza kind of wants to end this by?
In the current board state, he will be able to kill with because he's dealing 6 damage. We will be able to kill in 3 turns, but he had just
So he's just lost
presented
his
a
biggest threat.
Wandering
Yeah.
Emperor, and Gutierrez has just gained 2 life and exile creature. So let's just see what happens next.
It feels like it's going south. What do you think?
Yeah, I feel it's going a bit south, but just now when I saw from Mendoza's hand, he does still have some creatures to try to push. Maybe he'll be able to go for one last final push and maybe create a preserve board state that Gutierrez will be unable to stop. Because Gutierrez needs.
Okay, we have a card displayed. It's a Azorious card. What card is it? Do you recognize it?
Do you think that's Memory Deluge? I think that's Memory Deluge.
It's 4 mana. It's a Azorious card though. Supreme Verdict. It's Supreme Verdict.
Okay.
Okay, so Supreme Verdict is played. Gonna clean up everything, and I think that kind of means that.
I think that's a beat over for Mendoza, but let's just see what he has in his hand. He had just presented Novice Inspector.
Oh, that's a desperation draw if I've ever seen one. Right.
Or else he would need to bring in Giganta. You need to take Giganta to hand and pray that he gets 2 more lands to.
But still, Wandering Emperor is gonna eat up a lot of things very easily.
So
he starts making the tokens. The night tokens are very good at blocking all the titchy little creatures. Okay, Mendoza untaps, draws for his turn. And what do you think? What do you think Mendoza is looking for? Is there anything that gets him out of this?
basically, I think maybe he'll be looking for something like basically a few cards. Maybe maybe something that
His deck
creates
is
more
kind of just
tokens.
works on a basis
Yeah.
of redundancy, though, right? Like it doesn't. I think it's like if the game plan doesn't work, it doesn't really have another route to go, right? It has like one plan, right? It has one plan,
One
and it
plan,
just tries to be really
get
really
everything
good.
on the board
Yeah, get everything
and
on the
whack.
board and hit.
Oh,
It tries to be really good at it. Okay, we have a knight captain coming in. Okay. Yeah, so the deck really, so as we were saying, Mendoza's deck, it's just tries to be really good at its one plan, and then it can play. It has its payoffs like its Loxodon. It has its payoffs like the case of the Gateway Express, kind of doing all those things.
he has brought down a border of the sky
Okay,
and he has
Ranger
gotten
Captain,
2 extra creatures. And
Knight Errant of Eos comes in, makes the dudes, reveals the six, blah 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 blah. Yeah, put the reveal cards. So we have 2 Voldaren Epicures inside Mendoza's hand, but they don't really impact anything. Feel, and
I feel
Gutierrez is
if
just
Mendoza has a Gleeful Demolition in hand, it would be able to create a boss state where he could convoke another creature. So he has
that's
one
true.
last
That's
chance.
true. That's
But
true.
if everything here is destroyed, I think it's a bit over for Mendoza
Yeah.
here. But
But is it
you'll
actually
see
easy? Like he's been stuck on like 4 lands, only 1 white source, and the white source can only cast creature spells.
Hmm.
That's
But
one.
But generally for Boros Convoke, they don't really need that many lands. And Cavern of Souls can cast that 1 white mana for that 1 white creature. Generally, the overall
But it
he
also
can also
depends
rely
because
on
okay, let's say that Mendoza has Gleeful Demolition. He gets a bunch of the guys out. Then he wants to cast his Loxodon. If human was the tribe that was named the Cavern of Souls, he can't cast it, right?
yeah, but he can rely on
Or the mana pit
the mana pits. Because
right,
Convoke, if I'm not wrong, Convoke will allow you
to get the
tap
mana
for white
pits. Yeah,
mana if you
because it's
tap a
color
white
of the
creature.
mana that
Yes.
was color of
So
the, yeah.
so I think he'll be able
It'll
to.
be okay, yeah. But
But
it depends on making sure that the permanent stick lah.
Mendoza
Okay, we have a
kinds of one
okay, we
just
have
attacked.
okay, he attacked in, he got some damage, and he's going for face. He's not caring about the Emperor. He wants to get. He knows he needs to get in that damage. He has to close out the game quickly. Okay.
Oh.
Yep. He
I
has.
think-
Okay. Now he has his blood token, right? And he's probably gonna play the second Epicure just because he knows that.
And he gets another
Yeah,
blood.
he knows that
So-
Gutierrez knows he has it. So just get another point of damage and get another blood, and if he can use those bloods in any way he so chooses. There's 4 mana available to him.
Oh, is that 3 lands and 4 lands and 1 no more lives from Gutierrez' side? If I'm not wrong,
Yes.
that is
Okay. Something happened.
oh,
It
there
was
is a Shark
countered.
Typhoon.
So the no more lies counters the
Oh, the
gold
Voldaren
counters the
Epicures.
Vulgar Epicure.
So
Yeah.
that will
So goes to exile.
he still has the
And what
opportunity
is
to Gleeful
the-
Demolition. So,
Yes, this looks like it. Yes, it looks like a Gleeful Demolition.
so he can create a board state that could
Could overwhelm
overwhelm
the
and
defenses. Yeah, if he gets
maybe
a nice.
has 1 more Convoke, maybe another Elephant. So he has 1 last try in this
Yeah.
situation. So
He can also go for a big pump if he gets there.
Yep.
Oh yeah, here's a Convoke, and we have
Knight,
Knight
The Knight of-
Knight Errant of Eos.
Arrow of Eos.
Knight Errant of
Yep.
Eos.
So he'll be
gonna
searching on more
research,
creatures?
yeah. So creature density, right? Trying to overwhelm the thing. Okay, he shows the Immodane's Recruiter, so and also the Warden of the Sky. So the Recruiter with the enter the battlefield pump ability is very very dangerous to Ian right now, right?
Yes, it is extremely devastating if basically it resolves and everything is pumped. I think
And it
if
has
Gutierrez
haste as
can't-
well, right?
yeah.
It has haste as well.
I think Gutierrez can't get out of this situation. He does not have any removal, so he needs to.
He needs a wipe. He needs like a verdict.
So he has a Shark Typhoon and he is cycled. He's gotten him the fairy hero Dominaria.
That isn't going to
That's
cut it
not gonna
though.
be.
That
That's not a
isn't
really
going to
good draw.
cut it.
That's a
So
pretty bad blank right there.
yeah.
So I think he requires a block right in this situation.
Yeah,
has
he does need verdict. I think precisely he needs verdict or he needs farewell. No, he doesn't have the mana for a farewell. So he specifically needs verdict. And it hasn't been played yet, which is good news for Mendoza, right?
Hmm.
This is good news.
And next turn he's probably gonna do it.
Yeah, he will have to go
or
for it.
he will keep.
Yeah.
He'll keep Gutera's guessing. So
He will have to swing out. Like he has to swing out with the with everything. He also has Den of the Bugbear, which also can present a threat if his life total gets too low.
hmm.
Combat 4/3. So what will Mendoza
He'll
do?
probably just take it.
He'll probably take it
He's
because
on
he
30
doesn't
life,
he doesn't want to have
he's
to
really
eat.
healthy right
Yeah,
now.
he's healthy. He doesn't want to eat an Iganjo or something like that, right?
No, he probably. I think there is a
Temporary
Oh.
lockdown. Okay, so temporary lockdown going to take out, but there are still 2 Knight Errants on the field. Yeah. But that removes the blocker as well. So what now? 2 mana. That's still a lot of damage coming through with the Immodane's Recruiter. Not gonna lie. Immodane's Recruiter though. It's a real card. Real cards are not only printed at rare. I mean, yeah, right? It's a real card. I think it's like it's a signpost card from Eldraine Limited. Okay, so Gutierrez cashes in the Wandering Emperor, right? Trying to really stabilize here, trying to get that 2 life, get rid of the big threat. Essentially gained 6 life in that exchange effectively, right? The 4 damage from the Knight Errant of Eos, as well as the 2 life from the trigger. So I would say Wandering Emperor did good work.
Wow.
Okay.
It's already come back C3. That's the beauty of Azorious control.
Yes. But still 2 mana left. 2 mana only. Right.
Probably can present one more removal. If
So
he has
yes, here we see Immodane's Recruiter.
he'll
Okay,
attempt to
go
attack.
for the attack. So that's his so the Recruiter pumps itself as well, right?
Yes, I think.
So we have March. March of Otherworldly Light is played, right? Getting rid of some cards from hand in order to get rid of. Okay, so takes 4 damage, takes 5 damage, 5 damage from the Knight Captain because it was pumped by the Immodane's Recruiter. I like that card.
It's a crazy card, man.
It's a really good card. Guy is such a Chad. Look at him, right? With his spear.
Really will
Such a
pierce
Chad.
you.
Yeah. Okay. But it's still a situation that I think random beats are still dangerous to Ian, right? Like there's still the Den of the Bugbear. So if that's 4 damage plus 2 from Den of the Bugbear, he's still in trouble.
Does have a Fear of Ruin
Oh, that's true.
activation.
That's true.
So
But that taxes the mana as well, doesn't it? So
if he wants to, I think he's probably considering to cast the Fairy Hero Dominaria here, but let's just see what he plans to do.
Teferi will net him, if he doesn't have a land drop, Teferi nets him 2 mana, which isn't enough to activate Field of Ruin. Okay, so Mendoza draws. It's actually quite nail-bitey. Because Mendoza's life total isn't particularly relevant. What matters is he able to kind of beat down Ian in time, right?
Yep. So basically, as long as Guterres is able to answer his threats and whatever creature he puts down, and Mendoza has displayed a lot of resilience with this deck because he keeps coming back, keeps coming out with more creatures, regardless of what is his hand cards. So basically, I think this situation, I'm really not sure. Guterres really needs to get something out right now. From
Yeah,
his
it's
either
a
memory
it's a
to-
precarious.
yeah.
He's kind of stable-ish, but it's a precarious situation, right? That's how I kind of
Just
see
have an
it.
option to destroy Den of the Bugbear, which he has done.
Yep.
So
He's gotten
that's
that
one
land.
threat gone. And basically, let's just see what he does next. I think he has
That's an Iganjo.
So he has destroyed Mendoza's
Mendoza's presence, right? So
Yep.
now
So-
Mendoza has no threats presented, but he still has a full grip because I think he drew a lot. He essentially got a lot of cards from his Knight Errants, so he's able to continue put out threat. I think it's Novice Inspector. No, it's going to be the Warden
of-
that he revealed earlier.
the Warden of the Inner Sky.
Yeah, Warden of Inner
So
Skies. So that's a threat that can get more threats and grow. And we have Thrapes, good friend Thrapes, still doing work over in
one more
2024.
Convoke.
Yep.
What's he gonna bring out?
And 4 Convoke should be.
Oh wait, no. He just
no,
basically
he's just
pumped
using it
his,
for the Scry.
s-
Scry
one
and
of the
pump.
sky,
Yep.
Inner Skies. So yeah, he's trying to build up for
trying to build up
one
for a
last final.
nice
hurrah.
swing. Yeah.
So
It's good though. I think he's still okay. Like as long as he can keep presenting threats and as long as Gutierrez doesn't get too much mana, I think he's like Mendoza is still okay. Oh, but here comes the third temporary lockdown going to
3 temporary lockdowns have
get rid of and
down
Mendoza
the
sacks
battlefield.
the clue to draw a card. Yep. Okay.
I mean,
Taps, draws for
Gutierrez
turn.
runs 4. It's the luck of the gods shining on him right there.
You kind of, I think it's what aggro. Is it? It's a. I've heard it's a aggro meta right now.
Somewhat.
Yeah.
He is
So
an aggro meta right now with Blue Wave, Rakdos prowess, and also Gru prowess somehow still being there. And yeah, Boros Convoke is also having a presence right there. Yeah, it's an aggro meta.
yeah. So I guess
So-
4 temporary lockdowns is to be expected from the control decks in this meta game, right? Okay, we have Thrapes. Thrapes is back. Thrapes is back. Thrapes is doing 3B things, and Thrapes is going to have its clue blown up to make goblins. The goblins got the clue, and they are here to smack
Ooh.
face.
That's actually
That's dangerous.
4. And spot removers.
Ooh, okay, so he
Oh.
doesn't go for it. He
Doesn't
instead
go for it,
goes
he
for
goes for the elephant.
the elephant.
The Loxodon.
Yep.
So basically,
So it's gonna give +1 counter
plus 1 counters
to each
all.
of those creatures. So we have the dice there to indicate that, like the 1. And this should be Verdict. No, this is Teferi. Teferi draw. And that's it. That's the
Oh.
game. And Mendoza
a
has
very-
fought through 4 temporary lockdowns, right, to
That's
take the game with his elephant. And we'll probably be moving on to the second game. What do you think about the sideboarding plans? What do we see? We see Beza seems pretty good.
Beza is a
right?
pretty good card. in
Beza
this
is pretty good
situation.
here.
Ether Dust, that would be very good because it's basically sending it either top to bottom. It's actually screwing up his.
But Ether Gust specifically is it's for anything or
It can basically it can be used for his Imodan recruiter.
Immodance Recruiter,
Yeah,
right?
so
Puts the
when he
spell.
wants to
Yeah.
pump it and then he pays the mana. You can,
Then,
I can just Ether Dust
yeah,
it. So
kind of stifles that effect
Yeah.
for a turn.
High Noon would be pretty okay, I think.
I
Because
think it's okay, but it could be too little, too late. Like if you don't have, if the
Actually-
board gets set up before the high noon comes down, it's kind of
it's-
iffy, right?
maybe that's the reason why he only wants
Yeah.
one.
What
maybe-
about Seed Shark? Seed Shark makes dudes as well, right? So as he
Yup.
casts spells, Seed
But the
Shark's
thing
gonna
is,
make dudes.
the dudes need to be incubate tokens, so they had to.
Oh,
be
so he needs to
paid
pay
full
mana to.
I'm not sure if having the mana paid in this situation and bring out these would be. Maybe it would be better to use the mana for something else. So I don't think it would be a good thing to have. But I mean, it's a creature; it can be a blocker as well. So maybe. that-
Knockout blow
the-
targets only red, or is it red or white? So
Let's check.
yeah,
knockout
let's
blow,
check. Let's talk knockout blow very quickly. Okay, knockout blow costs 2 less. Destroy target tap creature. Costs less if it targets. Costs 2 less if it targets a red creature. So even
It
that,
is-
even that is decent. I think if you
pretty good
pay,
in this
it's
situation.
pretty good, right? Because
Because if you want to tap for Convoke and then you are able to knock out blows,
yeah, you're able to knock
and
out
you are
something.
gaining 2 life as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, you
So
could gain 2 life, right? I think
yeah, I think it's
it's a
good to have in
good
this
to have.
situation.
Yeah, I'm not
Mm,
sure how crazy you want to go with it though. What about on Mendoza's side? What is he gonna do? Do you think he's just gonna run it back? I don't think so because he's seen all of the temporary lockdowns, right? So Get Lost, if I'm not mistaken, is able to hit enchantments.
so basically, I think he would want to bring in Ubra's Forge, Case of Crimson Pulse to basically refill his hand when
Mm.
situations like this happen and he runs out of steam.
So
He'll probably
Get Lost
yeah,
not an option.
Get lost may also be an option as well because
He's
as you've
seen the
seen,
temporary
there's temporary
lockdown, right?
lockdown. One temporary lockdown being destroyed will be able to bring back everything. But Guterres does run your round as a companion, so maybe there is a chance that it will be flickered back. So I would say maybe Invasion of Gobagan will be good here.
What does the battle do?
The battle, if I'm not wrong, basically when you put it down on the battlefield, your opponent has to reveal his hand, and you get to choose one card, and that card will be able to. That card will
It increases
cost
the
more.
cost. Increases
I'm
the
not
cost.
wrong. So
Okay, it's a typical white disruption, white anti-control disruption spell. So I think this would be exactly the kind of deck that you would kind of want that in, right? So it looks like we go up. So the message here kind of is like we kind of go up resilient threats. We kind of are going up the Urbra's Forge, which continually generates a presence. We are thinking of going with the Invasion of Gobagan.
oh,
And
Invasion of Gobagan's flip side. It's pretty insane. I remember the flip
ah,
side. I've dealt with it before when
right,
Azorious
right.
Experience was a thing.
Yeah, creatures
So,
gain hexproof and indestructible, a good way of dealing with Supreme Verdict.
and at the end step, you get to put a 1/1 counter on
Each creature
creature
that attack this creature
That is
basically does what the deck wants to.
pretty
Pretty good, pretty good.
Yeah. So
What about Redane? Redane, if I'm not mistaken, also has a tax effect on it, or is it only for snow spells? Non-creature
Non-creature
spells cost
spells
2 more to cast, so
cost-
that's really going to slow down, right? Some of the threats that come from a control deck. Yeah, Valmira's Protector Shield is more of an anti-aggro kind of a kind of defense, right? So I think
I think he'll bring in portable.
Portable Hold
I
probably
think-
not.
No.
Yeah,
He'll
I think
probably want to bring in
Forge
Lightning
looks
Hex,
good. Forge-
Helix.
Helix,
Yeah, Forge will be
Lightning
very good in this
Helix,
situation.
Lightning Helix. I think better for decks that are going. My opinion is that Lightning Helix is better for decks that are going faster than you, because as a Convoke deck, you're not as fast as Mono Red Prowess or something like that, or Rakdos Prowess, right? You're not at that speed. So I think Lightning Helix is better in that kind of situation because you kind of have to set up and then you get your Convoke and then you kind of do this thing. My opinion is that resilient threats like Forge is what you want. You probably can consider Get Lost, but you probably don't want to go too crazy with it. If you want to stop Supreme Verdict from wiping you out, Redane is very good, and Invasion is very good. Yeah.
I would want to make a case for Lightning Helix because generally when I play aggro, sometimes when you really bring down the opponent to those few
The reach. It's
yeah,
the reach
it's
that
the
you
reach.
want for the last
and
last
also
bits,
the
right?
fact that it's able to deal 3 damage to any target, which includes planeswalkers
Includes
as well.
Planeswalkers,
So
yeah.
maybe in this situation with the Wandering Emperor, maybe it will be good to have. Maybe you can destroy the Wandering Emperor, or maybe you can stop a Teferi, because the Teferi can return something to.
It's true, it's true.
Lightning.
There is
So
a case for that.
maybe
yeah.
I will put it in.
It's a very good, very
would put it in.
flexible card. Lightning Helix is just very flexible card. Yeah, but I think like the floor isn't as good as some of the other options. But it remains to be seen. I'm not an expert at piloting Boros Convoke, and it seems like
Neither
a
am
lot of
I.
it seems like a lot of the sideboard of the Convoke deck is kind of geared towards this particular fight.
I'm actually really interested in case of the Gateway Express.
It's more of a removal
just
piece,
saw-
isn't it?
I just saw that he gives creatures plus
+1,
one
+0 if
counter
they attack,
middle.
yeah. But you have to get a
plus
sufficient.
1.
You need a sufficiently sized board to really solve the case. Although you can solve it turn 3. I think the earliest you can solve it is turn 3, right? But on turn 3, you probably want to be running your your knight errands out.
Hmm. That's probably the better play right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So probably case might go down. I think I do think that Gleeful Demolition is good, but just having the way it plays into the temporary lockdowns is kind of sad. I'm not sure how good it is, but it remains to be seen. Anywho, the game has started, and we're going to see more or less the same opening. We have Tapland coming in for Gutierrez, moving into Cavern of Souls with Thraben Inspector making the clue. Okay, so we're moving on to
Just see what
yeah.
Terrace does next. So
Yep. What will the play be? Gutierrez is no Mendoza's turn, right? Is it? I mean, there isn't really. I don't think there's anything Gutierrez really wants to do on his turn on 2 mana, right?
Yep.
Like Omen is instant speed as well,
he does have a Get Lost in hand, so
but not for Thraben Inspector. Probably
Mendoza
not.
is gonna bring down a Wonder of the Inner Sky.
So humans was probably the type that was called. Okay, taps 3 things to scry and put 1 on the Warden. Scry's to bottom. So it looks like Mendoza has missed his land drop, which isn't good news. That's actually really easy to pull off that the 3 untapped artifacts and all creatures.
He has land.
Oh, he has a land. Okay, he was
but
just
it's a pain land.
yeah.
Voldaren
Voldaren
Epicure.
Epicure.
Blood
Okay,
and
okay.
deal 1 damage. So yep, looks like his board state is building up.
Yep, it looks pretty good. What's now? Okay, so we're moving on to Ian's turn, Gutierrez's turn. He's holding up something. He's probably considering what to. Oh, it's a get lost. So he respects the Warden, because I guess it's like 2. Like there's a potential that for double activation next turn, right?
Yes.
And the double scry, to even out the draws isn't where you want your opponent to be. But yeah.
Scrying is devastating for
Scrying is devastating.
It's basically
Will the map tokens come back and bite him though? Because map Explore is a very good ability. Explore is a fantastic ability. Essentially just the same thing as a scry, but you have to pay mana for it at least, right?
Getting Amala flashbacks from my Explore day.
Okay, we have Field of Ruin being cracked to find to destroy the non-creature mana. So trying to do some mana control, and we have a plains coming in for Mendoza from the Field of Ruin trigger. What now? Ian has not laid. Oh, yeah. Gutierrez has lands. He's not land screwed in any form or function. Yep. So, 2 mana with 2 explore triggers, a blood token, and a clue token. Actually, a lot of options that are available to Mendoza, right? Do you think that he will be exercising any of those options at this point?
You'll probably want to get all his creatures down.
Yeah, just continue putting on pressure, right?
Maybe he will keep Gutierrez guessing, so he'll just keep attacking his creatures. And
oh look, we have an activation. So yeah, there's a map token explore. Explore going to target the Thraben Inspector. No, going to target the Voldaren Epicure. So reveals the top card. It's a land, goes to his hand.
I feel like Mendoza's trying to search for Gleeful Demolition. Or maybe some creature that is big.
Hey, but that was... You see that map token? That was pay 1 mana, draw a card. That was pay 1 mana, draw a card. It's pretty
Give one
good.
mana and get
Yeah.
land drops.
So as expected, we have knockout blow, right? Being
Yes.
played against the Voldemort Epicure, gaining that 2 life, and having the cost reduction down to 1 mana.
One more
But
Thraben
here we
Inspector
have,
is-
yeah,
wait,
second Thraben
Novice.
Inspector. No, this is
wait,
Thraben Inspector.
Oh, it's Thraben Inspector.
Yeah, this is Thraben Inspector. Novice Inspector is the modern looking one. The archaic looking one is the
Well-
Thraben Inspector.
Both kind of look modern to me. I don't
It's
know.
a vintage hat. Vintage hat.
It look like it comes from Pirates of the Caribbean. See,
It is.
see?
It's kind of like gothic-ish, right? Because it's like an Innistrad card.
Oh,
Yeah, it was from Innistrad. Raven Inspector was from Innistrad. Because, I mean, come on, like Thalia, Guardian of Raven, it's Innistrad, right? Okay, so we have 3 mana, Yorion to hand. That was Gutierrez's turn. Okay, so we have a draw from Mendoza. Yorion to hand kind of implies have no counterspell, stuff is down. But then,
I think in the case of Gutierrez in this situation, it may not imply that.
because he has the option to wipe next turn as well, and there isn't really pressure on the board. Yeah, could be. Might as well, right? It's kind of like an idle turn.
He has 1 mana, so
Okay,
otherworldly light will be an option here. But
it
I don't
looks
feel
like
there's anything.
it looks
in
like a blood
Mendoza's-
token. He chucks this Cavern of Souls, right? Chucks the Cavern of Souls to draw a card. Okay. There's some discussion going on. Is the judge being called? Yes, judge has been called. I'm not sure what the dispute is. Wonder what's happening. What do you think? What do you think the contention is about? All I saw was like the blood token was sacked, and then the Cavern of Souls is discarded, right?
I'm thinking.
Yeah, it seems fairly legit.
Maybe let us see the outcome.
Hmm.
I didn't really catch that as well, so oh
Oh, draw discard.
maybe-
He did draw discard rather than discard draw.
yeah. I think that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
he did the wrong line
Yeah,
there.
the wrong
the
order.
wrong order of the things. So
Right,
yeah.
right. So that's bad because if you see what you draw, it affects your decision. Yes, red cards are discard draw, blue cards are draw discard.
Oh, I didn't know that actually.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, he drew
Oh,
2 off. Oh, okay,
so he-
okay. So he accidentally picked up a second card of his
Blue token.
blue token. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
basically they
So yeah, so we just
Mendoza
got
drew
news.
2 cards from a clue token.
Yeah,
So
I think he double lifted
Yeah.
by accident, most
and then
likely.
maybe one of the
Yeah,
cards
then one of
dropped.
the cards dropped or something like that. Okay, so we have
Yorion?
a modernized Thraben Inspector coming down, making another clue, and then Yorion is coming down, going to kind of like block off those tiny creatures, tiny creatures. Okay,
Is that 4 lands from Gutierrez's side? If I'm not wrong, there's 4 lands in his hand. Oh wait, I think there is one card, one spell at the end. 2 spells. Let's take a look.
well, playing lands, as long as he's not dying, playing lands is kind of where he wants to be, right? Like, you know, he plays lands now, he gets like a big memory deluge later. It's all good, as long as you don't die. And he's not dying right now, right? Looks like another Thraben Inspector.
The beat down with the 1/1s. there.
Yeah. It's
Knight
attack
of
of the
Eos.
inspectors. All the inspectors. Inspector is the new creature type.
Might as well just call your dad Inspector Gadget,
Yeah.
bro.
Inspector Gadget. Clues, clues. I really do like Thraben Inspector's design. 1/2 creature enters the battlefield, investigates. So good. It's nice. It's
Create a
balanced,
clue,
right?
peaceful
It's
demolition.
value. Yeah, you know.
Oh
It's
no.
so many interesting
Loxodon.
things of this unassuming. It's such an unassuming card, but it's so good. Okay. So we have an untap. Oh, so he has used he has convoked out a Knight Errant, and the trigger is gonna happen. Oh, he drew a card. Okay. Oh, it's his turn now. Okay. Probably missed something there. So we have a big attack. Yoren is gonna try to kill off that Knight Errant of Eos. Yes. And we have
Aiganjo.
Aiganjo. And
And
we
a
have
knockout.
no, that's that's a knockout blow.
Yeah. So
So
that's a
4/4.
trade and
Yeah, destroy target
both
cat
are dead.
creature. Yeah, no,
Oh, wait,
because it's a
Yoren's
destroy
not
tap
dead.
creature.
Okay.
So Yoren will not take any damage. And that's really good. He's eaten up 2 cards essentially, right? That's Gutierrez has eaten up
not a
2
good
cards
trade.
for 1 card, yeah. And he has managed, and Mendoza is
does
popping
have
in
a
for 3
board
damage.
for one more Convoke. He still has the opportunity to build up his board, and that's what Convoke is about, building your board out for extremely big damage.
And he's trying to find his payoff. He just paid 2 mana to sack a clue and draw a card. Draws a card for his turn. Right.
That's a good
Gutierrez
plan.
just said go, obviously, right? It's just like, oh, okay,
It's
I'm
control.
playing control. Skip go, land go. Right. Yeah, pretty much. The knockout blow is really, really very annoying. And Mendoza can't catch a break, can't really find a big payoff other than the Knight Errant. But he is putting out a lot of inspectors, right?
Traven and Novice are both out. I
Yeah.
just realized.
They're the same card.
Oh.
Okay, so we have,
Have
Imodane's
Modan
Recruiter. So we're gonna pump the dorks. So that's 8 of which he can block. He can block 2. So probably gonna eat up 1 of the inspectors. Oh no,
Oh, he's
eats
gonna
up
eat
eats
up
up
the
the
Imodane.
the Imodane because that's 3 damage and the rest are 2. So that's 8
So
8
that's total
damage. It's 8 damage coming through. Yeah, so just trades in, basically uses the recruiter as a burn spell, getting in that extra 4 damage. And here we
Feel
have
Ruin
Feel
on
of
the
Ruin targeting
Cavern of
Cavern of
Souls?
Souls. Which means I have counterspell now.
I'm actually surprised. But I mean, No More
If-
Life is a pretty good card.
It is.
Yeah.
And
It's okay
I think
to have it in.
I think also if we saw that, I think earlier we saw that Gutierrez had a lot of lands in his hand, right? He's probably also thinking about thinning the deck a little bit. And you have more lands. Lands the deck.
Or Storm Giant range.
Yeah.
That's
But that's good though, right? He can activate it, I believe, to block as well.
He has a Restless Anchorage, if I'm not wrong.
That's a good blocker as well. 2/3 body?
I think it's a 2/3 body.
2/3
with
body
flying.
with flying? Yeah, pretty good. Makes map tokens when it
Oh,
attacks.
He has is there a Warden of the Sky? He just revealed on the top of that.
Oh, I didn't
Water on the
I
inner
didn't
sky.
catch that. I didn't catch that. But he's in a good place to play it if it is. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in a good
He
place to
has
play it.
He has a lot of
He has 5 permanents now,
permanents
so
to be able to
yeah,
pump,
he can double pump.
and that will allow the Scry as well.
Yeah. Oh, just going in for damage, getting 3 damage in, trading off his creatures.
Yeah. I just want to think.
Okay, and we have a clue token for the don't know how many inspector I've seen today. Yeah, and
Warden
here
of
we
the Inner
have
Sky?
Warden of the Inner Sky.
Yes, one more from the top. Oh, his board is
Okay, so plays
he has
land
a
go.
pretty good board right now
untap.
for pumping.
Mm, mm. It's a little bit awkward now though with the open mana and the Knight Errant. Do you push for damage or do you? So he chooses to convoke, and here we see 3 steps
he has
ahead.
gotten a 3 steps ahead. He has paid for
Paid
5
for
mana,
this
so
free.
probably he's gonna counter and draw 2 cards and discard a card.
Gonna let him filter. So he's getting to that stage that he's trying to like stabilize and pivot already. So takes a Ganjo. Is it he chucked a Ganjo? He chucked something. Some March or Otherworldly Light in there.
His hand is that Ether Gus?
Gus doesn't cut it though, I think.
Oh, it's a Ether Gus, and there is some.
He gusted the Aaron to the top just now, didn't he?
Oh.
Like
Oh,
something
wait,
put the Knight Aaron on the
no,
top. It was
I think it's a
revealed.
map token. He
Oh,
can't
it's a map
gas the.
token. Oh no, right.
Yeah.
He explored and
Gus is
revealed it.
red,
Yeah,
red
yeah.
and green.
Red, yeah, you're right.
So he has a temporary lockdown. That is.
That's a very
pretty
big one.
devastating.
That's a big one. It's five permanents.
According to what I
Five.
said, if he has get lost, that will be pretty good in this situation right now.
Yeah, he'll just get like everything back, right? Just makes a whole bunch of clues
Terra is going for the beatdown with Yorion.
with Yorion. Yep.
So he has a no more lies and a Ether Gas in this situation.
Yeah, he's gonna protect. He's
So,
gonna want to protect that temporary lockdown. I think, right?
Yes.
Represents a lot of
But he
potential
does have,
card advantage.
Mendoza does have enough mana to basically pay for no more lies. But maybe he wants to build his board.
There could be hard counters as well.
A get lost?
Yep, get lost, but targeting Yorion instead with the 2 map tokens. Yeah, because Yorion's just going to eat up the little guys when they come back, and then we have Giganta to hand being played.
That's pretty interesting that he aimed Yorion instead.
So I think he's kind of going for like more of a mid-range game plan right now, where he just wants to play his Giganta and kind of pressure from there. But Giganta is probably not going to resolve. He's going to try.
Cast Giganta.
No more lies.
No more lies.
But he's eaten up the counter spell now.
Yep. So
And Gutierrez cannot use the map tokens because there's no creature to target on his side. Okay, we have a Warden coming down. Lone Warden isn't too bad though.
does present a 6-turn clock.
Yeah, it does. Second Warden down to
That's
3
a
turns.
3-turn clock.
Down to 3 turns.
Does he attack with the Warden, or is he going to convert into a bigger creature?
Says go, untaps, draws a turn. And we're going to see attack for 2, I'm guessing. No, it's a
he's
convoke.
Convoke into a
Knight Errant of Eos. So gonna find more gas. More gas. Ornithopter. I'm not sure you want to see Ornithopter right now, but sure, Ornithopter, why not? Gonna play
Again,
it.
there's a chance of a gleeful demolition.
Yes, there is.
Maybe
And
that's
it
what
looks
he
like
wants
it's
to try.
happening. Yes,
Oh.
lethal demolition. On
Oh.
target, but no. Ether Gas going to tuck it. Yep,
Okay. So, then those are just...
tucks the bottom.
Put the counter... Wait, no, not counter.
It's returned.
The
Put
return
the spell.
spell
Put the
into the
spell
graveyard.
on
But-
top and bottom.
He has amended the issue. So,
Yes. So it's now at the bottom. And we have case.
he... Yeah,
Yeah. So he has gotten rid. He got rid of the.
Gutierrez has lost, and Mendoza
Yeah,
was able
yeah.
to kill him.
Yeah. So that's a. Yeah, that's it. Yep. So Gutierrez can't deal with the ever-flowing number.
It's an extremely resilient aggro deck.
Yeah, it's
Just
not really
keeps
aggro.
coming back.
Yeah, it just keeps coming back because you just keep refilling your hand with the Knight
of
Errants.
Eos,
Yeah.
And then you have so many crews and so many things that you can basically filter out
Yeah,
your hand.
yeah. It has that ability to just keep cycling through, keep finding more threats, and just basically the threat density, right? It's just so high, right? That you just have to constantly keep dealing with stuff. Yeah.
It's
Yeah. So
It's
yeah.
pretty interesting that he destroyed Yorion instead of destroying the Temp Lockdown. I was
I-
thinking he was going to kill the Temp Lockdown, destroy it, and then maybe get all his creatures back and go for one last.
I think that
effect.
the train of thought was that even if he destroys the
He'll have summoning signals, correct?
A is a
Yes.
summoning sickness. B is that Yorion is still available to block the creatures. And then because he's trying to build into a resilience plan, right? If Yorion keeps eating creatures up, he's not going to be able to mount any sizable offensive.
That's probably. I think the reason why he killed Yorion is probably because he already had a way to get one final push in hand. So maybe that's the reason why he went for that line instead.
Could be, yeah.
I was really
Yeah.
surprised, but yeah.
I think there's a lot of
Maybe there's a-
nuance. There's a lot of nuance to the deck actually. When to go for damage and when to kind of go for board state. Yeah, when to go for damage and when to go for the board state. It's actually very different. It's actually very different.
It's really taught me a lot about Boros Convoke. Yeah.
Yeah, the deck seems to have a fair amount of depth to it.
Yeah.
Okay, so anywho, that was the second game. Yeah, that was the second game. So I think we will be taking a 15-minute break, and then we will be moving into the third of 7 games that are scheduled to happen today. Yep.
Bye bye.
See ya.
Hello? Is anyone receiving this? Oh, okay. This way it looks less horrifying. Not going back that way.